My earlier concern this season about too much happening at once is starting to resurface, just in a slightly different way. Now, the worry is that Dexter has too many stressors pulling him in different directions, and that could seriously impact his performance. Episode 7, Course Correction, puts Dexter right at the center of Prater's retreat, and this is where things get complicated. The inevitable one-on-one between Dexter and Leon Prater finally feels within reach, and that changes the game. But here's the thing, I still believe there's something much darker about Leon Prater hiding beneath the surface. He knows far too much about the people he surrounds himself with, and you'd expect someone that calculated to make sure the right person shows up with the right information. Yet, Dexter already proved in their very first meeting that identities and fingerprints can be manipulated. And while we've always loved Dexter the serial killer, what stands out even more this season is Dexter the father. It's thrilling to see him grow with Harrison, especially considering that years ago, the Trinity killer told him he couldn't have both, family and his dark passenger. Yet, his current path is proving otherwise. Harrison, in particular, loves seeing his dad outsmart Detective Claudette. That moment where Dexter casually points out that blood splatter is useless on a crowbar? Harrison's expression was absolutely priceless. Even as the tension builds around their shared secrets, it's these small father-son moments that shine. Much of Dexter Resurrection has really been about Dexter stepping into his emotions, thanks largely to Harrison. For the first time, he sees the best in himself reflected through his son. Instead of shaping Harrison into another dark passenger, Dexter wants to nurture his virtues. He's present, he's expressing his feelings, and honestly, it wouldn't feel out of place at this point to see them just playing catch in the yard. For Harrison, it's not only about love, he needs honesty. He needs to hear his father's fears and flaws. That's why he makes a bold choice. Instead of following the darkness, Harrison decides to become a police officer, like Harry and Deborah. He even pursues a degree in criminal justice, telling Dexter that he was the true inspiration, not his grandfather or aunt. In a way, Harrison is already following Harry's footsteps, but perhaps in a healthier way. Dexter, meanwhile, is evolving into a more genuine man, someone vulnerable, someone capable of real connection. That shift means he may finally be able to let go of his ghostly mentors like Harry and instead turn to his son as a real, living conscience. Imagine Dexter fully circling back, with Harrison by his side as a cop, guiding him with the code, while also tipping him off to criminals who slip through the cracks. Unlike New Blood, which tried to make Harrison into another Dexter, Resurrection seems poised to position him as the one who leads his father forward. We've seen this cycle before. At the end of the original series, Harry told Dexter he no longer needed him. Dexter even chose to call the police on a killer rather than taking matters into his hands, signaling he was ready to let Harry rest. That didn't last, of course. In New Blood, Deborah took Harry's place as his inner guide, a choice that made sense given their bond and her knowledge of who he truly was. But now, in Resurrection, James Remar returns as Harry, this time appearing after Dexter wakes from his coma. It's a powerful choice, because Dexter is once again vulnerable, shaken by Harrison's betrayal, and desperate for direction. Their bond on screen is as strong as ever, and Harry reminds Dexter that together, they once turned his impulses into something constructive. The problem is, Dexter still resents Harry for abandoning him. He even recalls Harry's suicide, that he couldn't live with what Dexter truly was. Harry admits he was afraid, that he failed as a father, but insists that Dexter has a good heart and a greater purpose. This is where Episode 7 drops a heavy twist. Just as Harry tries to guide Dexter again, Harrison delivers a revelation of his own, one that could signal Harry's final goodbye. Whether Dexter truly lets Harry go this time remains to be seen, but Course Correction makes one thing clear: Dexter's path forward may not lie with his ghostly father anymore, but with his very real son. Thank you so much for watching this breakdown.